let's get into the biggest topic, obviously, right now. Brittney Griner got sentenced to 9 years for what she did in Russia. The world is on its ear right now. Everybody's upset. People are outraged. You had WNBA players. I think it was Skylar Diggins and a teammate. They talked about it briefly yesterday, and there was a lot of emotion. And listen, it's a sad situation. It really is, because she's an American, and I've said this on the show numerous times, and you don't want to see any of our people in a situation like that abroad, because being locked up abroad ain't fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, our jails here are fucking Club Med compared to what you have to deal with in other countries.
And I don't even want to be there.
You know what I mean? And you don't even want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for her to have to experience this now and possibly the ending of her professional career, it's a lot. But how I look at things is that certain choices that you make in life come with consequences. We have to understand that this is not America. They can be able to dictate whatever they want to dictate in their own country when it comes to us, because we don't make the rules there. We don't. So we may look at it as it's unfair, it's a lengthy sentence, it is what it is, but for them, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah. But it is unfair.
Is it really?
It is. There was a case last year of so Brittney Griner got caught with less than a gram of synthesized marijuana.
Right.
There was a girl last year who got caught with 19 grams of actual marijuana from America.
Right.
I believe she did 1 month in a Russian prison and had to pay a $230 fine.
Right.
So when I posted that, the word political pawn is going over a lot of people's heads, she's being used by their government to poke at or to get at our government.
Right.
So it's not really fair that she's getting a 10-year sentence for less than a gram. My biggest issue, and I'm going to wear the villain hat with you for a second, how important is Brittney Griner really? Are we really going to give up the merchant of death for Brittney Griner?
Not doing it. Not doing it. Sorry.
If y'all watch the movie Lord of War, which the movie was based on him, there were wars that happened around the world that would have never happened had he not supplied them these weapons.
Correct.
I love black women. We all love women. We love our fellow Americans, but
there's layers to this.
If you're gonna sit there and put up the merchant of death, I want all the Americans.
Yeah.
I want everybody.
Right.
I need 4 draft picks on top of that.
Facts. I need the Rudy Gobert deal.
And you can have Maine.
But if that's the case, then now America has to be like Danny Ainge, right? I'm gonna ask for everything.
Yeah.
And if you give it to me, that's the asking price.
And the problem with me on that whole merchant of death thing is we offered it. They didn't ask for it.
We offered it.
We said, hey, what about this guy over here? Would you give me this international arms dealer who's caused millions and millions of deaths through his actions for Brittney Griner and her less than 1 gram of synthesized marijuana?
And the WNBA player that
This is going to be on YouTube. If 10 women could leave me a Brittney Griner stat line from any game or from any year, I don't know what you want me to. I'll denounce myself on Twitter, on YouTube. I'll come back here next week and say I was completely wrong. Y'all not watching her like that. Y'all wouldn't even know her name had she not been in this trouble. So my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her family. And I think this is definitely a miscarriage of justice. I'm not giving up the merchant of death.
And also, too, just to add to that point, I mean, you said it yourself, Jeff, that she's being used as a political pawn, right? This goes back to an awareness issue that I have, is that we as Americans and just people in the world don't pay attention to world situations. If I'm in a foreign country and I know that there's some political wars that are going on between my country and the country that I'm currently in, I need to make sure that I'm not doing something that's going to get me caught and they're going to have the chance to use me as a political pawn. Like, that's the whole thing. I will never go to North Korea. I don't care if they invite me. I don't care if there's going to be some award in my name. I'm not going there because, one, I don't understand the rules of engagement there. I don't know if they're going to be able to change certain things that whatever their guidelines or their laws are when I get there. And then something that wasn't illegal is now illegal when I get there, and now they're using me as a political pawn. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting myself in that situation because why? I have awareness. I understand what's going on around the world. I understand world issues. Everybody needs to learn, and they have to understand what's going on in the world around them. Your little bubble that you live in, there's bigger things that are going on.
And I think another problem is that a lot of Americans sit there and they try to transpose whatever it is our values are,
right,
and
in
what
other
we
countries.
Believe into other countries.
Correct.
And you just can't do that.
No.
The same way you can't expect somebody from Russia to come over here and for them to sit there and say, well, this is what we believe in Russia.
Exactly.
This is how I feel in Russia.
Right.
Why aren't you sitting there paying attention to that over here in America?
Right.
Like, you can't have that expectation. So everybody's sitting there saying that, well, it's just weed. It's less than a gram. We feel this way about it.
Right.
They don't.
Exactly.
And if you're gonna go over there, understand what you're walking into.
Right.
Because your medical card, whatever it is that you have over here in America,
it don't
means
hold
shit
weight over there. It
But
holds
also,
no weight over there.
What do y'all want us to do? Y'all want us to send in the troops?
Right.
Like logistically, when y'all like, oh, XYZ would have got her already. How? Like, what's the plan? Are y'all paying attention to what's? Do y'all know that we put out this proposal at the beginning of summer and they're just now answering us back? So when you're saying, oh, United States is sitting on its hands, did you do any of the research yourself to find out what exactly is going on? And then, fine, you've done the research. How are we gonna get it back? We just send in the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force. So we're gonna start a war over Brittney Griner? I love her. I actually watch women's basketball. I take my son to a game every year. I know much more about her than y'all do, and I can comfortably say that. We going to war?
You can't, man. You can't.
I'm sorry. I got the applause for you right there, Jeff, because at the end of the day, when you speak to people, and they always have this outrage, and I'm not gonna, question your outrage. I'm not gonna question how you feel about things. But what's the solution? We can always be outraged about something. We can always be mad. We can always have a emotional attachment to something. What's your solution?
Bingo.
What's your solution? And I can guarantee that majority of the time it's crickets.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not in charge. Yeah, okay, that's your answer. So if you're not in charge, if you have no idea of how this particular thing is supposed to be hashed out or worked out, then
yeah,
what are we really doing? What are we really doing? Because at the end of the day, Brittney Griner is there. She'll possibly be there. Maybe she won't do the whole 9. I don't see her doing the whole 9. You know what I'm saying? Because if they get what they want or they can be able to work out some deal, maybe she'll be home in 3. Maybe she'll be home in 4, whatever. But she's still going to have to do some time.
Yeah.
We all understand that.
I don't even think she's going to really be there for that long.
Yeah.
I think them giving her the 9 years or 9.5, whatever it is,
Right.
that's Russia looking at America saying,
It's
this
your
is our
move.
starting
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Ball's in your court.
Right.
This is what we get.
You might be right, yeah.
What are you going to sit there and do?
Right.
So I think politically because right now this isn't a basketball issue, this isn't a drug issue, this is all a political issue.
Correct.
So now it's in Biden and the administration's court. What are you going to do to save face in this environment that you're in to be able to get Brittney Griner home because the public outcry is XYZ?
Right.
And now it's just left up to them to figure out what they're willing to give up, what they're willing to trade, and how they're going to sit there and make this trade with Russia to be able to facilitate getting her back over here.
And what bothers me about that, I'm not going to lie to you, man. This touched a nerve for me because I have a lot of friends that served in the military. I have a lot of friends that are not happy about our position here. They're not happy about us just willy-nilly willing to trade something when there's thousands of Americans, there's thousands of soldiers in jail right now across the planet. But we not talking about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're talking about Brittney Griner.
And it all has to do with celebrity.
And we're talking and let's just keep it 100. Those people fought for their country and got bagged, right? She got caught with an illegal substance. It's not like they just walked into a hotel, bagged her, and put her in jail. She did something to get convicted. Where are the other people that did nothing and they're sitting in jail rotting right now? That's what bothers me about the whole situation, is that people have selective outrage. Don't have selective outrage. I'm not going to do it here.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it here.
I'm with you on that.
So I feel bad for her because it's a tough situation. But at the end of the day, there's other people that we got to worry about too.
Yep. And that's why I said at the top, if we're going to give you the merchant of death, give me everybody.
Right.
Give me everybody.
Yeah. You know what? Matter of fact, you know who needs to negotiate this deal? Call in Danny Ainge. Call Danny Ainge. Call Danny Ainge with the Utah Jazz. He's like, oh, they need a deal? Let's get a deal done. Yeah, like I said, I see all the outrage. I see people talking about it. It's fucked up. It really is. But on to the next news topic for me. That's just the way it goes, because that's how other Americans have been treated, and I have to treat it as such. It doesn't affect my life. Yeah, it really doesn't. Those other soldiers, those other people that I am close to, that have that feeling and that pain of their teammates, their fellow soldiers that are locked down. That's the people that I have emotion towards.
And they really feel abandoned. I mean, she's on TV every other week, and I'm sure she's not in the worst of Russian jails, because if anything happens when she comes out, she's gonna have to speak on it. Like, so she's, I mean, not a great situation, but I'm pretty sure there's
she's not in a situation that there's other people in right now.
Correct. Who are nameless.
Correct.